Gracias.
CM Punk.
Yeah. CM Punk.
Woo! That was loud.
Damn. Dangerous.
That was loud.
I am sweating balls here. That, ladies and gentlemen, was Pizza Saints. Give it up one more time, everybody. And that's how you start a show. Oh my goodness. We're gonna get noise complaints for sure. For sure. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to episode 52 of ComiCentric. I am your host, Cruz, and with my friend here, Pete. And again, Pizza Stains. Wow, fucking hey, dude. That's all I wanted for the day. We're done. Happy April Fools. Thank you very much. See you guys next year.
Next year.
Yeah, but wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You still hyped up?
Yeah.
Still hyped up? Yeah.
That was good. That's a good way. Thank you.
Free pizza we were promised.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, but I got chicken. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. I had it. I was running around like a chicken myself.
There's free chicken.
Yeah, the back there. Please, you help yourself.
Raising cocaine.
Yeah. Yeah. And anyone that's watching right now, I'm sorry you guys did miss out on the chicken.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, exactly.
So how you doing, Pete?
I'm tired.
Tired?
I'm tired.
This was a very eventful day.
It's a long day. It was
stressful
a very,
for you.
very stressful day.
You know,
But, we're here. We're here.
We're here.
We're making it
We
happen.
did it. We
Making
got
it happen.
An hour to make this happen.
Yeah.
Like a year making this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's been a year. Yeah.
Basically, we started this a year ago, and we said, how can we make this a little bit special for the 1 year anniversary? I said, let's record it live.
Yep.
And all right, cool. What's better than recording it live? Let's have a studio audience. All right, cool. And what's better than that? Nothing, apparently. This is where we're at now. But Thank you very much for everyone for tuning in. I don't know how much I can thank you guys for making this year really freaking awesome. I've had several guests, several people on board. My friend Pete has been with me the whole way. It's been basically steering this vessel. He's my what is it? Andy Richter.
Andy Richter, there you go.
Motherfucker controls the universe. So that's it. That's all I want to tell you guys. But now we get into the show.
Now we get to the show.
Okay.
What we're talking about?
Well, we spent a whole week trying to figure out what we were going to talk about, and at the end we came to a conclusion. What we talked about at the beginning, the first episode was, does comic books make you weird or eccentric, or do eccentric people read comic books? And after a year of trying to figure this out and, asking this question, I figured I still don't fucking know. Because everyone comes from a different background. Everyone's been through different stuff. They all read different books. So you really can't say what is what from anybody.
Yeah.
Like you.
Yeah, like me.
You read almost everything.
I read
almost.
almost.
You want to, but
I want to.
You want to?
I want to.
I want
to. Oh, yeah.
Is there one book you'd say, hey, I don't want to read this book?
Occasionally, but still read it.
There's several Batman ones I could look over and say,
I read a lot of Batman.
Yeah.
I read a lot of Batman.
But there's several there that you don't really,
I don't want, I guess.
Yeah, it's because of the job.
Yeah. But, you got to.
Yeah.
It's the bartender, the geek bartender,
Do you consider yourself a bartender?
Sometimes.
Yeah?
Sometimes.
Like when people come in here and they tell you their life story and stuff. Yeah. Oh, hey, look at that. We got stragglers in. Hi, welcome in. Come on in, sit down. Have a good time. We'll edit this out, right?
No, it's live.
Oh, it's live. Oh, yeah, we can't do that.
No, it's okay.
But thank you for letting them in. I thought we were gonna let people in after.
I know.
I thought we were gonna let them suffer outside.
No.
You want an audience.
You do? But then that means more people are gonna be looking at me.
And then we're feeding them. They're never gonna.
Oh my God, that's true. By the way, there's chicken back there. If you guys want, there's sodas in the fridge. There's
No, we're never eating.
Yeah, all right. I'm stuck with them now.
Water is.
Yeah.
Water's rights.
You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's your job.
It's my job. I read a lot of comic books.
You read a lot of
I
comics.
know, I'm a professional comic book reader.
Is that a thing?
Kind of. I have
Did you
to.
have to go to school for that?
I have 20 years of reading comics.
So you didn't have to go to school for that?
Kind of.
You read them probably during school.
Yeah, I got a lot of trouble for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a lot of trouble for reading comics in school?
Yeah.
You don't get in trouble.
Oh yeah, dude. Comics have not been a thing that educators haven't considered really reading until recently.
Oh.
Like when I was in high school, when I was in elementary school, I would get my comics taken away all the time.
Oh.
I remember one time, which is kind of funny in retrospect. a teacher took my comic book from me, and she goes, "Here, read this Michael Jordan biography."
Put you on the right path.
I guess, right?
Yeah.
Which is weird, right? Because like
Yeah.
sports is okay, but
Yeah.
comic books,
comics.
yeah, right.
Well, I think it's come around that the comic books now.
Yeah, oh,
well,
yeah.
your friend Miguel has like a
Yeah,
PhD in
he teaches a class in the
something
comic
like
books.
that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Lisa has a certificate in sequential arts.
Sequential arts, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a thing now.
It's a thing, though. Yeah,
know?
you know.
I mean, 20 years ago, if you told me it could have been a thing, maybe I would have.
Yeah.
Maybe I would have tried harder.
Yeah, I mean, other than like, was it the Kirby school or the Cuber school?
Oh, yeah, but that's
Yeah.
for drawing, and that's
Yeah.
or maybe
Yeah.
a comic book guy.
Oh, you want to get a degree in like actual comic books?
Yeah.
Oh, you could now. I'm pretty sure there is.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
Just
Yeah.
read all day, and
There's a.
get
They
paid.
did, we talked about it, I think we talked about it in the first episode. Like there is a Watchmen class
Oh,
at
right.
Cal State LA.
Yeah.
They teach Watchmen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you gotta start somewhere, right?
That's where you start.
You take it on, you just go, right?
I guess I don't know. Watchmen's kind of hardcore, man.
It is. It is very
It's a
much.
little too hardcore.
But I mean, I was reading what in high school, junior high, whatever, when they first came out. Or how
No,
long
Watchmen
ago?
came out in the 80s.
Oh, whoa. When you were a baby,
Yeah.
and you were like in toddler.
No,
form?
you know what? Watchmen was one of those books I read when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And then I read it again in college, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't understand this when I was in high school."
Yeah.
Like it just, went
Went
on.
over your head.
But also watching one of those things that people talk about reading over and over again.
Yeah.
I read it twice. I'm done. I'm
Never- never again?
I don't need to. Like
I've read him, think at least a handful of times.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But it's mostly because I forget what it's about. So then I have to reread it.
about
So-
Ronald Reagan being
Yeah.
evil.
I forgot the E.
No, Nixon.
Nixon?
Yeah.
Ronald Reagan. Same thing.
Yeah,
It's around the
same
same
time. But yeah. But yeah, no, comics have been a lot. Since we were in school, it's a lot different now, I think.
I don't think I've ever gotten my well, I don't think I've ever actually was bringing it out during class.
I would do it all the time.
You would
All
actually
the time.
like, I don't want to do this math homework. Let me.
Yeah, I did a lot. Yeah.
You're hard. We're trouble.
Yeah, I was like this close to being that kid that had it in his back pocket and shit. Like I had it in my backpack all the time.
You know what? I mean, I like you, man, but I don't think you're cool enough.
No, I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
Oh, okay.
I said I was like one step away.
Yeah, but I mean, no.
No.
And you wear the leather jacket all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
not that cool. Not that cool.
And then you bring out your Captain Marvel, whatever.
Yeah. With the switchblade, but the
Yeah,
comb.
with the comb.
Right?
Hey. Oh, that's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember in elementary, they would actually tell me, get this boy to
Really?
read. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Get this boy to
Yeah.
read anything. Here's some books, comic books. So that's why I started reading
Yeah.
comic books. Maybe, again, not in class, but lunchtime, after
Yeah.
work, and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Different worlds, man.
Different worlds,
So,
man.
again, that comes from things like, did the reading comics.
That made me weird.
Yeah.
I mean, it made me.
Oh, you already weird because you already freaking.
Kind of was, I guess.
This question.
No, but the thing was, I think we talked about it before. Like, I didn't meet someone in school that read comics. What's it called? Until I was in high school. Because it was weird. Like, it wasn't a common thing back then.
Yeah.
It was very like just not a lot of people did that. And which is weird because when the X-Men cartoon came out, I think everyone was reading the X-Men. But yeah.
Yeah, everyone knew X-Men. Everyone had the cards. Everyone was collecting that. The toys were pretty big. And
Yeah.
remember that Rogue was really ugly, but everybody wanted it.
With the big hair.
The big hair.
The big hair, yeah.
Big guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
But I think the comics are different now, man.
Yeah, no, it's required.
I think it's like indie movie status. You know what I mean? I think people they'll hear about a random indie comic and then they'll come in. Because we see that all the time. Like we see these random people that never
Saga?
heard. Yeah.
Saga, mommy, daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like I think it's a very it's an indie movie thing. Like it's kind of the cool kids read comics now.
What is it? It's a cult classic.
Yeah.
That's a word.
I mean, kind of. Yeah,
It's a
I can
cult
see that.
classic, like Saga. I think it's a cult classic.
No, I think Saga's a classic.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be something people are gonna be talking about.
Okay,
Like,
what's a cult classic in the comic?
cult classic?
Yeah, only certain people read that.
Oh man, that's hard.
You can't say like Watchmen or anything like that.
No. I think something. I don't know. That's hard, man.
Scott Pilgrim? No, I'm not. Really.
No, that's pretty
big.
big. That's pretty big.
I'm looking at the trades right now.
Yeah, right.
What the fuck are you looking at over there? Paper Girls? No,
I don't know. I think it's pretty big. That's a TV show, man.
If it has a TV show, it doesn't count.
I guess. I mean,
It just has to be
everything's
Good
a TV show now, man. You
That's
know,
true. Good Boy?
that's a cool. I mean, yeah, it just started.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
just started. It could be one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just looking around.
Yeah.
Figuring figure this shit out as we go along.
I mean, I think there's a lot of stuff that I think is really like before the show. I think Invincible was a cult classic because Invincible was one of those books that it was popular, but it wasn't a huge book.
Well, I remember when it came out, it sold out really quick.
Yeah, I know in the beginning,
Yeah.
and it went like 100+ issues, but
Yeah.
people did not start reading it until the show came out.
Gotcha.
Because I was reading it monthly, and I was telling people no one knew what the hell I was talking about.
Or like The Walking Dead or something like that. Any of those
No,
image
I knew
books.
Walking Dead was always like a big thing. I
Yeah.
think it was always like it sold steady.
It
you know,
had it's already a fan base before the show came on.
Oh yeah.
So Invincible didn't have that fan base, you think?
I mean, it did, but I think it was small. It was a lot smaller than Walking Dead.
Than Walking
yeah.
Dead. So the shows is what made it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because now we're selling those freaking compendiums left and right. You know,
Yeah.
that's kind of wild. Like
So we're-
$70 books, you know.
And then they're like, "Oh, I need it for my class."
Yeah, right. That is the weirdest thing I think of modern comics is
Yeah.
that we get that a lot now, right? People
Yeah.
come in like, "Oh, I need this for my class." You know?
They do. They're like, "I need this book, this book." I'm like, "Dude, unfortunately, we don't have it." Everyone's asking for that, so it's kind of hard to have.
Yeah,
that.
because they're teaching these classes now, man. It's kind of crazy.
I think I'm gonna go back to college then.
Really?
Yeah, just to learn the comic
Well,
books.
you know, it's funny. Like I think I told you before, my little sister took Miguel's comic book class,
Yeah.
and she asked me for help on her homework.
Yeah.
And I was reading it, and I was like, "Oh, I could pass this class."
Yeah.
And then the more I read it, I was like, "I can teach this class, right?" like,
Dude, in that case, you know what? Move on to the next.
I'm just gonna do-
Just go out, get the little cap on,
Yeah.
and just go into the class and just be like, "I'm here to teach you guys comics."
yeah.
Yeah, get the little cap.
Yeah, might as well, right?
Done. I don't know. Being a teacher is kind of hard though.
Is it?
Yeah, right now. It's
All
kinda
right.
horrible.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
just in general, right?
But then you teach something you love.
Yeah,
It's-
teach comics. I could teach comics.
You sure?
Yeah, maybe.
What would be your curriculum?
My curriculum on teaching comics.
Like, yeah, I mean,
That's a good question.
yeah, I can't put you in the spot with that.
I mean, maybe like because I saw how Miguel does it, and he
Yeah.
goes very old school. Like he teaches them about the yellow boy,
Oh.
and like he goes like old
adorable,
school,
though.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like I
Little
don't know.
Nemos and
Yeah,
okay.
I know about that stuff, but
Yeah.
not a big fan. Like not
So you wouldn't teach that.
maybe
You would start. Where would you start?
teach like Nancy. Like people love Nancy for some reason. Yeah.
Yeah. Condorito, maybe go.
Oh, you're gonna go. Oh,
Some Hispanic. Stuff,
maybe,
you know?
maybe. You know.
I mean,
Oh.
if you're gonna be teaching here, it's in East LA, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
one thing I don't understand. Why don't they teach more of that stuff?
What do you mean?
That
Oh,
should be that could be my class, like like cultural
Yeah.
superheroes.
oh, it's like
Yeah.
fucking Chicano studies, but Chicano comic
Chicano
history.
comic studies,
Right.
Chicano comic studies.
You can have Javier Hernandez in every week.
Yeah. It's like, what do you know of Calimán? You know? That'd be awesome.
Is that the? Yeah.
Yeah. You think
maybe.
have you ever done?
Probably.
I use him as a subject.
I think he would steal your job though. He would teach that class, like you know.
Oh man, he's probably watching right now.
Yeah. Hey, Javier.
Yeah, Bear, sorry, don't mean to step on your toes. You can have my class now. I take the class.
You
Though.
teach that class?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
Pretty interesting.
It could be.
Well, like I said, we don't know what fucking makes people crazy.
No, it makes them not crazy.
Oh,
Like,
eccentric. Sorry, eccentric. Yeah, sorry.
don't insult the client base, man.
They know who they are. They know who they are. We love each and every one.
Yeah.
And because without them, I would have a very pretty boring life. I come here on Wednesdays to freaking figure this out. And every time I come here, I'm surprised by the people that show up. You know, this past, was it Thursday? You went to go get some food or something. And this guy came in. He had a cell phone. He showed me, oh, do you have this comic or this type of comic?
Yeah.
It was like some old Spider-Man, like $1,000 or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't eBay, but it was like a fancy version of eBay.
Like whatnot or
Yeah,
something.
and he was looking for that, and I'm like, dude, that's not what we do here. If
Yeah.
you're looking for that, you're gonna have to go online, stick to that.
Yeah.
Closest thing we had was slabs, you know. And
Yeah.
then I went off on a rant on the poor guy, unfortunately.
I mean, it's fine. I'm not a fan of slabs, so you know, like,
Because the whole.
Yeah.
He's trying to invest into this stuff. I told him, dude, you don't know what's gonna go up. You don't know what's gonna go down. You know, we sell the new stuff here. This is what we do. We read and we tell stories. You know, that's what we do here. And then I kind of got him into a place where like he started listening to me. He's like, oh, I get it. It's about what you like. It's about what I. Yeah, I'm like, dude, what do you like? He goes, I like witches. I'm like, witches, cool. I saw this one with like witches on the cover. I know, like I read the first two. Here,
Wow.
I have 4 of them. He got them all. He goes, okay, cool. If I like it, I'm gonna come back and tell you. If I don't like it, I'm not gonna come back. I'm like, that's fair. That's fair. That's super
Fair enough.
Fair enough. You know, I'm hoping that this guy sees it or reads it and figures out, you know what, there's something else besides trying to make money out of comics.
Yeah.
You know, maybe there's a way I can read and actually get involved and get invested, figure out that it's part of me, part of what, you know, what we do, you know?
Yeah.
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 It's fun being a
Yeah,
comics.
it's interesting. You see
fun.
different groups, different, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different factions, if
Factions
you
of comic
will. You know,
readers.
the DC readers, the Marvel only readers.
Yeah.
You know, the what the hell is this shit reader?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they just buy the book just to complain about it. I'm like, cool.
That's
You know?
funny when you said that, you know, he said he would come back if he liked it.
Yeah.
And he said if he didn't like it, that he was going to come back and like punch you or something.
Oh, you want that, right?
No, I'm
You
just
want-
saying.
You want violence. You are violent.
No, I'm just saying.
Jerry was right. You are nothing but violence. I mean, no, I hope not.
No, me either,
I
too.
really hope
But,
he
you
doesn't punch me.
the basis of the show is if he would become eccentric.
Yeah.
Eccentric person would punch you.
Because I would punch myself.
Right.
You know, I would punch me.
I'm just saying.
I'd be the guy, if you gave me that option and I didn't like the book, I'd come back the following day or when after I finished
Really?
reading and punch you. But like,
Really?
excuse me, you told me I'd punch you if I couldn't. So buckle up.
I could not make that deal.
Yeah, see? I'm sorry. I made
So,
that deal.
I remember when back in the day,
Yeah.
when we still work in Martin Park,
Yeah.
I remember I was helping our boss at Bang & Sons.
Yeah.
And he had this really dumb deal where, like, if you bought a trade, if you read it and didn't like it, you could return it. I remember I was thinking, what? That's the dumbest thing ever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one day, this guy came and he brought all the planetary books.
Oh.
And he wanted to return them. And I'm like, oh, you don't like these? These are amazing. He's like, oh, no, it's really good. I just want something else. I'm like, get out. I was like, nope.
That is horrible.
Yeah.
And you know what would happen if you weren't there?
He would have taken them back.
He would have taken the bath. Sure, take whatever you want.
Yeah.
And then what was thing about that is he would do that at the store, but they would come back and these people would, you know, obviously rent them, so they'd be
They're all banded,
Yeah,
yeah,
they'd
yeah.
be all like that. And
Horrible.
Like, how are we gonna sell
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
But yeah, better times, huh?
Was it?
No.
Oh,
Simpler times.
simpler times.
Simpler times. That's what I was looking for. Sorry. Yeah. There were simpler times back then.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
No. I mean, been doing this shit too long now.
Most of my life at this point.
At this point, over half your life selling comic books.
Yeah.
What's that like?
It's fun.
You think so?
It's all right. You know?
I mean, when I got into this, it was my side thing.
Yeah.
It's still kind of my side thing. It's not my main thing.
Yeah.
I have a real job somewhere out there.
Yeah.
You know? So, I mean, for you, this is your main everything.
Yeah.
You know, this is not your side gig.
No.
What the fuck's that like?
I mean, it's like anything else, man.
Yeah.
Ups and downs. You know, you have your good days and your bad days, and
Okay.
you know. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it, man.
Yeah.
It's so like regular for me
Yeah.
that you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's becoming regular for me on Wednesdays and
Yeah,
Thursdays since
yeah.
I'm here Wednesdays and Thursdays. You know, I see the same people Wednesdays and Thursdays, but then I show up on a Saturday and like, who are these other
Yeah.
people? You know, there's a whole,
It's a whole other world. There's a whole other
yeah.
world.
I show up on a Friday afternoon. It's like there's people here. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? You know?
Oh
It's
yeah,
weird.
all the time.
Yeah, and these people know you. I don't know that.
Yeah.
There's like your certain people that show up on certain
Yeah.
days, huh?
So certain Fridays, I sit here and watch movies with people. like,
Like, what do you do in your afternoon? Nothing. Pull up a chair.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, have a Coke here. It's always
What we were
been
watching yesterday was a thing you do.
that thing you do.
We were watching that, and
Why is they laughing? That's a good movie.
and then remember like Jerry was there, and
Yeah.
he just sat down and started watching it.
Yeah, he came in for his book and said, yeah, he's excited to watch it. And he was criticizing it because like he knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he loved that movie.
Oh, he said he
yeah.
loved the movie?
He loved the movie. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I remember I was like surprised at something. He goes, "Is this the first time you've seen this movie?" I'm like, "No, I just haven't seen it in a long time."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really like that movie, huh?
That's what I do. That's what I do.
I think
Yeah.
Tom Hanks at his
Tom
best.
Hanks. Yeah. No, but yeah, you know what? Like I said, like it's been my regular thing for so long that it just, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
The
So what-
time that it was stressful was when the pandemic first hit,
Oh, boy.
and I didn't work for 3 months.
Yeah.
That was stressful.
Yeah.
Ironically, though, I finally got used to being home. And then the city calls me and they're like, "Yo, you could open tomorrow." I'm like, "God, do I have to?" Like,
Vacation time, huh?
yeah.
Well, see, before you didn't have no people. Now you have a freaking show inside your store. What's
Yeah,
up with that?
I know. I don't know what's going on, man.
Times are changing, huh?
Times are always changing.
Yeah.
Gotta do it, right?
I mean, you got to now that you can bring people into the store. This is a good way. You know, like you said, we're making movies. Maybe we could have like a movie night.
No, movie night. No, I just want to watch Move to Jerry. I'm just kidding.
All right, Jerry, if you're out there, dude, just come down anytime you want to watch a movie. People wants to watch a movie with you.
Just saying.
Just Jerry. I'll tell Jerry.
Go ahead, tell him.
Jerry, anytime you want to watch a movie. That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, then. I think we're good for right now. 20 minutes in the clock, and we're going to go ahead and break it over to the pizza stains one more time. And then we're going to be back with another segment. Did you do one?
One?
Put it together.
Ooh. Use that one.
Okay, is this one?
Yeah.
I gotta move the.
Testes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Fart.
All right, we're back. Give it again up for our pizza stand. That was awesome. All right.
I agree.
That was loud.
So, for those of you joining us, you may see there's some guy right here standing in the middle with us. Who's this guy? This is my good friend Andres Cervantes from the Dre's Geeks Philosophy. Gonna hang out with us for a bit and gonna be our moderator, if you will, our questionnaire, our dungeon master, or et cetera, for the rest of the show.
I didn't know that was what I agreed to.
No, you did. You just said yes. You just said yeah.
I was like, whatever you want, I'll show up for you, my friend.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. How you been, Rick?
I've been good. I've been tired. I've been exhausted.
Yeah.
I'm a dad. Hi, Tiger.
Yeah.
Hi, Rosa. You guys-
Shouldn't the kid be asleep? Kid, you should be asleep.
No, he's awake.
Oh no.
He's awake. He's a wild child.
Wild child.
But he knows who Optimus Prime is. So I think I've accomplished something as a dad.
Okay.
I have a shirt with a silhouette of Optimus Prime on it. Not even colors. He goes, Dad. Optimus Prime. I was like,
Neat.
yes.
Neat.
I mean, well, he loves cars, so then Optimus Prime is a truck.
Is a truck.
Right,
Yes.
so it
So,
works.
G1 Transformers is going to be easy
Yeah,
as
yeah.
pie
Yeah.
when I introduce all that to him further down the line.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be awesome. This Bumblebee, I think he's gonna go straight for that Bumblebee.
Oh yeah, no, oh yeah.
Kids
He's
love
going to be all about it. He's going to be all. But yeah, no, I've been good. I've been. I unfortunately I haven't been podcasting lately. It's been a challenge to do it, but I'm going to bring it back sooner rather than later. I hope at some point.
Always for
We
that.
were joking that now that Tiger's talking a lot more, he's just going to become my little co-host.
Oh, kids bring ratings, right?
Apparently, yes.
Yeah.
But I've been doing a lot of stuff on YouTube. Right now, my YouTube is doing really good. I'm doing a weird thing where I'm the evil Nintendo rep because that's always been kind of the drinking game. Whenever I talk about how I used to work for Nintendo, everyone's supposed to
Weren't
take a
you
drink.
always the evil Nintendo rep?
Maybe.
Just saying.
That just it's kind of easy. It's kind of easy for me to be the evil Nintendo rep now that I don't have to answer to Mario or Luigi or any of that. My boss was Mario.
Yeah, literally Mario. Yeah, his name was Mario.
Yeah, it's a horrible joke, and it's sad but true. But aside from that, yeah, I'm doing good.
Good.
And you know what? I'm very happy that your show has made it a full year.
A full year.
I again, like 1 year. You know how many podcasts stop after like 6 months?
I don't know.
A lot.
I'm afraid to look at those numbers.
No, the numbers are staggering.
Yeah.
You guys have stayed consistent.
but to be fair, he's ready to cancel after every episode.
And I don't blame you one bit.
After every episode, after every editing, after every upload, I'm ready to say it's over. But here I am every week.
So what brings you back every week? Let's say if I can start moderating here and instead of it being about me, it's about you guys here.
Oh, okay. I mean, what brings me back?
Yes.
I mean, the fact that, it's the conversations we have every week anyway.
Yeah.
We're here talking this stuff on Wednesdays and Thursdays with Pete and I. And we're just here basically what you hear in the podcast is what we do all day.
Yeah.
You're just all just getting like an hour of our ranting and raving and our craziness,
I think that's what I love most about the show,
Yeah.
and especially the banter between you two. It brings me back to the days back when I hung out at the comic shop, back when I was the comic book jockey, or I was the Dante from Clerks, so to speak. And it brings me back. It's a warm, fuzzy feeling every time I sit down and listen to you guys talk about comics. It brings me back to that time.
That's exactly right. That part where you said it brings me back to when we used to hang out. That's what we're trying to kind of incorporate. We want you guys to be hanging out with us. When you guys come to the store, that's exactly what we do. We talk shit to you guys. You guys talk shit back. We talk, this guy's better, this guy's not better. We all have our own eccentricities when it comes to books. So everyone has a different opinion.
Would you say that people are comic-centric?
Oh, take a shot.
It was too easy. I had to take it.
They are. It's true. That's what they are. And that's where the title comes from. That I've met throughout my life. From the great Ramon back in the good old days. Our friend Angel, who's sitting in the cast right here. All of them. Fucking love them all.
Hey, you know what? And you guys, and both of you, you guys have had multiple comic book lives, I would say. Going back to the place that is only called the Monterey Park Place. I will not refer to it by its original name. Because that's my origin. And we talked about that in my episode, if you want to go back and listen to that. But what would be your comic-centric origin? What do you feel made you comic-centric? And then we'll ask Pete right after.
What made me a comic-centric? I mean, again, when I was young, I had to read through comics. Help me instead of reading regular books, which gave me headaches or whatever. I read comic books, which were more visual. So slowly, surely, picking up 50-cent ones, 25-cent ones, I started accumulating a mass of comics. And then I realized, oh shit, there's an order to this. So I started reading stories, like actual trades and stuff like that.
You like swap meet?
Swap meet. 50
I had a feeling.
Yeah. Swap meet. It was one bus, and it got you right behind the guy. It dropped you off right behind the guy with the freaking 50-cent boxes.
And Pete, so what do you think made you comic-centric?
I think like anyone around my age, I started with right before Death of Superman. And that was the biggest thing ever. It was on the news. Like, people were,
Like, as a certified old person, I can verify this.
Yeah, that was also the first big thing I got.
Yeah, and that was a huge thing. And then at the time, Superman had 4 titles, 4 monthly
That's
titles.
right. One a week.
One a week. So I gave me an excuse to go to the comic book store.
Adventures of Superman,
Yeah.
Superman, Man of Steel, and
Action Comics.
Action Comics. That's right.
That gave me an excuse to go to comic book store every week, and it just became like a habit. And then for the longest time, I was just doing Superman. Occasionally, I'll get a Spider-Man here and there, and then eventually it just got out of control.
You just got out of control. You became
It escalated quickly, you might say.
escalated very quickly.
Really got out of hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was your weekend.
Pete has a store.
Yeah.
This happened.
This happened. You're not supposed to get high in your own supply.
I know. Exactly what I do.
That's what's happening here.
Exactly. I joked around with him one day. I told him that's my superpower, though. I could turn comics into money. Right, so
You know what? That's a good superpower.
right, exactly.
It served you well.
I turn comic books into debt.
Yeah, right.
I think I have the opposite problem.
You are Bizarro.
I am. There's a garage with 20,000 comic books in there.
Dude, how do you deal with that?
I try not to think about it.
Okay.
If I'm going to be honest, it's all about displacement. You
Yeah.
don't think about the 20 or 30 long boxes that you have. Because see, that was my problem. I was getting high, but I wasn't selling them. I was selling them for the mysterious berry and the mysterious wand, but I just kept buying them. And after I got out of being a comic book clerk, I bought more. I just kept buying them. I just kept buying them off the British guy.
Comics are,
You know, at one point I had to say, it's either drugs or comics, and I went straight for the comics. You know?
Did you?
I mean, they go hand in hand.
I think I was the comics over drugs guy.
More of that.
Yeah, but a much more expensive habit, apparently, long term.
Yeah, pretty much.
Storage fees. That's the one thing you don't ever think about.
Yeah. and at one point at the Galaxy, we were making furniture.
Oh, yeah.
We were making beds. We were making
long boxes.
Yeah, we were making thrones.
Good times.
Yeah.
That's what I really miss the Wild West of that store.
Yeah.
It truly. I really established the Wild Westness of that store, and then because these gentlemen. They took over for me.
Yeah.
Both of them. When I moved on to go work at a normal job, and I left being Dante from Clerks, you guys became the new Dantes.
Yeah.
The new Dante and the new Randall. I'm not sure which one is which.
Yeah.
I think maybe a little more Dante, a little more Randall. Sometimes depends on the day of the week. They took over for me. They carried my legacy.
Yeah.
And I always appreciate that.
Well, we're still carrying it technically.
Yeah.
I mean, here we are still fucking slanging them.
Yeah, you got out of that hole over there, and now you create a much nicer store.
A nicer hole over there.
It's not that image store as the old place was known as.
It has 2 ACs and only one works.
Yeah, kind of.
It has a barn door, so you can bring a cow in. If you ever wanted to bring a cow in, you can bring a cow in. Yeah.
I mean, don't give them ideas.
Next time Pizza Stains plays, and there will be a cow.
This will be a cow just rolling right through.
Yeah.
We'll find one.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Oh no! We can make it happen.
We have a cow person in the audience who can make that happen.
Who wants some cereal?
Now, what inspired you to? I feel like maybe I asked you this before, but we can rehash it again. That's what the Year podcast is for.
Right.
What inspired you to do this podcast?
Initially, I just wanted to feel very uncomfortable.
This has made you come out of your comfort zone.
Yeah,
clearly.
I don't do things like this normally. If you've known me for the longest time, I don't like talking in these things. I don't like this thing.
You're not an ostentatious person.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I don't do well. As a matter of fact, if you can see, I'm sweating still. But that's
It's okay. They can't tell.
They can't tell.
Look, it's pretty far away if you look at that screen over there.
But if I go like this, it's like
It's 40. It's 40x. Like,
40x.
So,
You can see my pores. You want to see my pores?
40x. That means you're gonna feel a sweat if he shakes his head.
You guys are gonna get drenched in the front. Sorry.
No, and like I said, and then the episode I did with you guys, I knew you had this in you because you were there for I believe he was there for the first episode of my old podcast,
Episode 0. Yeah.
Episode 0 when we did it at the old iHeartRadio, which is no longer the secret. It's not a secret anymore.
Yeah.
We have a friend, good old Sam, who would sneak us in iHeartRadio, so we used actual professional equipment for a while.
That was interesting.
But I could tell you wanted to chime in, but you didn't have the courage to do it.
I didn't have the chutzpah.
The chutzpah. And technically I didn't either, but I just
You just win it, and that's kind of what inspired me.
I just winged it all the time.
If dumbass Dre can do it, so can I.
I mean, it's true. I'm not going to sit here and deny it.
That was my iteration. I think that's why I told him, dumbass Dre can do it. I'm not going to do it.
I don't blame you one bit.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where I ended up here. You know, I got his equipment you guys had here, and I just started recording. And we started recording. We haven't stopped, and hopefully we can stop eventually.
And then this guy picked up a bunch of experience, watching me be a goofball for 5 years.
Not just that, the whole camera thing. Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry. I'm like, okay. And towards the end, I was kind of getting a little worried about it. And he goes, all right, I'm done. Okay.
Oh.
That's it? Like, I can pick this up, no problem.
I did.
I'm impressed. That's all I gotta say. I'm impressed. But yeah, it's interesting. I learned how to edit audio. I learned how to, channels.
That's great. You went further than I did.
Yeah, channels and all this other weirdness and stuff. I'm learning.
That's good.
Super Nintendo time nerd. I'm learning. Yeah.
Me fail English. That's impossible. No. Like again, as I told you before, and I'll continue. I'm very proud of the fact that I feel like you've gone beyond anything that I did. I'm just a bumbling podcaster just doing it for funsies.
I'm gonna have to start to think of my own rep now. So I'm an IT guy, so I could be like, oh, the IT comic guy.
You could do that with. I'm sure people struggle with digital comic books. You can be an IT comic guy.
Yeah,
that's the thing. You can make fun of it. That's the joke. That's the spin. That's the angle.
There's always an angle to all these things, huh?
There is always an angle.
You have to.
Honestly, Pete, how many characters have you run into this? 20 plus years. Because I would say 2003 was when you became a comic book clerk, right? So this summer would be 20 years.
Ouch.
I'm glad I can. I don't remember a lot of things, but there are certain things I remember because I remember when I quit and threw a party.
Oh man!
And I invited everyone. We all went to Johnny Rockets. And so that was summer of 03.
Damn, that just hit me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that bus that I just hit you with.
That just hit me.
Yeah.
You have been officially a comic book clerk
for 20 years.
For 20 years, coming up this June.
Yeah. Because I fucking dude.
That's crazy.
Having said that, dude, I remember running to your house from the car, very Willy Wonka style, like, oh, run, running straight to your house. I didn't have a car then, so I ran all over to your house. I got to your house, and I was like, you want to work comics? And that was it. And ever since then, I'm sorry, dude.
See, the origin is revealed.
I just didn't have another person.
Yeah. There you go. He was my choice. I was saying you got to hire Pete.
Yeah.
I told the cocaine-filled person,
the cocaine bear.
The cocaine bear. Yes. Oh my God.
He was a cocaine bear.
Pete always has the one-liner. I told the cocaine bear, hey, I'm leaving, but I think Pete should be my replacement.
Yeah.
But
then they got me instead.
No,
I wasn't the Roots replacement.
No, you were Left Nuts replacement. No. He technically was Left Nuts replacement. Okay. You were my replacement, sort of.
Okay. I don't remember exactly how it was, but I remember running.
Yeah, because like when the left nut was removed, very much like Lance Armstrong's testicle.
Yeah.
That's a deep cut joke that only a handful of people here are going to get.
Yeah.
He took over.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you guys were running the store, and I felt the store is in good hands. Finally,
that was interesting. Yeah, because before that, we would just go on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
And help you sort books. Mm-hmm. Mainly because we wanted our books.
Mainly because you wanted your books in a timely manner. Yeah. Because Cocaine Bear would show up whenever he'd feel like.
Yeah. Pretty much.
He's searching for that airdrop, and he starts bringing the comic books to the store.
That was him. That was
Yeah.
I love that we could just refer to him as Cocaine Bear. I am incredibly delighted. I can't contain my delight.
And if he ever sees this, he didn't understand who he is because that's what he looks like.
He's going to have to know.
Yes, though.
I'd like to think he's self-aware enough to know. But yeah, to circle back, because this is what I professionally do. I take us on horrible tangents.
Yeah. I learned that from you.
I learned it from watching you. In 20 years, you have seen
all sorts of comic-centric people.
Oh, yeah. It's like I can't put you on the spot. Pick your
my
favorites or least favorites,
no.
but no,
That'd
it's
be
like,
hard.
No, but it's more of like you. It's all kinds of people, right? That some people who just come in and want. Oh, I'm about to say that's the thing. He can create a YouTube channel of all the characters that you run into. Because you could have a book of all the encounters you've had.
I've thought about doing that. I've thought about making a comic, but my fear is they'll know.
I mean, change the names, change the Yeah, I mean, you could be very fluid with it.
Maybe.
Pen name.
No, don't know. Don't know.
Okay, just don't sell it here.
I have to sell it here.
But see, you can't get into specificities.
Yeah.
You can make it very broad and general of some of these people who come in and entertain you.
Entertain me?
Question mark?
No, it's cool. I mean, like, it's not, there's some people that frustrate me. And,
Because I did it for 10 years.
Yeah.
I spent 10 years of my life at Cocaine Bear store. And I think you've seen so much worse.
No.
I feel like in the 10 years you've owned this place, you've seen way worse than I saw back in the 90s.
Well, I remember, I'm not going to say the name.
Don't say any names.
But I remember when at the old store, I remember meeting a customer for the first time, and he showed me his bullet wound in his hand.
These are the people who buy comics.
It was through two hands.
Yeah, no, it was through his hand,
Uh-huh.
and then he showed me the exit wound from his shoulder. And then he started telling me like these stories about being in prison, and I'm like, oh, that was like my first month working at the store, by the way.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was cool. I like that guy. He'd come back.
I feel like if I saw this person's face, I'd probably know who they are.
Yeah.
No, yeah. He'd come a lot to the store.
Yeah. But yeah, no, there's all sorts of of
Well,
characters.
you know what? Not to be a downer, but I have a story that
Go.
Go
so
for
we
it.
had a customer at the old store that we would see him every week, but it wasn't like we were just like, he would buy his comics, he would chat a little bit, and he would leave, and we'd see him every week. And one day he stopped coming, and we were like, oh, whatever, it just happens, you see that all the time. And then one day his mom showed up.
No.
Oh no.
Yeah, and she brought us all his comics. He had passed away, and she told me, he said you guys were his best friends. Wow. Yeah.
There was an Xbox in there too.
There was an Xbox.
I'm assuming that's in your possession.
No, it's his.
Yeah.
Oh.
He had an Xbox.
And I remember thinking like, wow, like it's like someone we saw every week, but it was like,
I had him for a class too. I didn't talk to him in the class, but I had him for a class too.
No, you don't know that's something that I guess some people you don't realize the impact you may have on some of these people. Because buying a comic might be like that's like their highlight of their week.
Yeah.
That's like their treat. That's their reckless expenditure.
He would come into the store and give me his art. Like he would print it out, photocopy it or whatever, and he would use like simple markers. But he would have art for me, and he would give it to me. And I asked him once for the Trinity, Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. And slowly, surely, he gave me each one of these things. And I was like, that's cool. I really didn't think much of it until, the mom shows up one day and tells us this shit. And I'm like, oh.
yeah.
I should have been nicer to him. I should have been a little more friend to him. But it was what it was, Our relationship wasn't a big thing, but it was special enough to him.
Right. Exactly. No, you don't know the impact you have on some of these comic-centric people. I mean, and we joke that some of them can be pains, but there are some people that, are genuinely good people.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
And and that's part of, the community that you've built and then you've helped to maintain here. And in maintaining this, it's like all the little shows you do here, whenever the Cape, that was another big thing. It's like that. Sometimes people underestimate how much impact a comic shop can have on so many
that was the
people.
thing it's funny because it just popped up on my stories recently when we had to shut down for the pandemic. I wrote this thing about how it's your weekly escape, and so many people responded to that, because it is,
Yeah, I think I saw that in my Facebook memories. I'm pretty sure I shared that.
Yeah, you're right. It's the weekly escape. I remember that fucking post, and it was pretty much like, yeah, dude. I mean, without it, I don't have anything to read. I could watch something, but it's I'm just sitting there watching it. With a book, I think I'm more engaged, more here.
Yeah.
I'm fantasizing. I'm
yeah,
romanticizing. Or
you're
whatever.
creating the theater in your mind's eye. That's that's how it always has been for me. Whenever I'm reading a book, I'm not just looking at the images. I'm like projecting it in my brain.
Like,
I'm giving everything motion.
I remember reading a post one time. Someone said that the voice for the Jeffrey's Bone. They said the ideal voice was Charlie Brown, and now when I read it, I hear that voice.
For Bone?
Yeah,
oh, that's neat. I could see that. For
yeah,
sure.
and most people
sense.
say like Kevin Conroy when they read Batman books. It's the voice they hear.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and that stuck with me. Unfortunately, that's the only voice I could hear now.
Yeah.
I try to do like a Pat Oswald's voice on every Brave and the Bold.
no.
No, you're thinking of
Dietrich Bader.
Dietrich
Bader.
Yeah. That
It's
guy,
Oswald.
I can't. That's too campy for me. I can't do that voice in my head.
You can't do that. Hammers of Justice.
Hammers of Justice are unisex. Best line in that cartoon.
When he punches that lady.
They're equal opportunity.
Yeah. She's like, oh, you will never hit a lady. He's like, the fists of justice are unisex. Punches her, but she did have a 5 o'clock shadow. Okay. So
It's funny. Like when we moved, I had taken a picture of like this big thing we moved, and then someone wrote like, "Oh, did you use a dolly?" Or I go, "No, it's the Hammers of Justice. Just the Hammers of Justice."
See, that's what's great about comics. You can make these little references.
Yeah.
That, there's a community of people who will know what you mean when you say stuff like that. I think that's what I love most about the store, and overall, and the fact now you creating the show with Pete, you give a little piece of this store to anyone who can just reach out and listen to it.
Yeah.
Like, let's say if someone like moves away, but they still want to keep their finger on the pulse of the store, or the pulse of here, they can.
That makes sense.
And then that's what's amazing, and that's what I love the most about the show that you guys do.
That's interesting, because you're right. I mean, I should probably start doing more of that, like talking to people about the show after the show, or because I mean, when more people listen to it, they'll tell me, "Oh, it's good," but they won't be like, "Oh, I like this part. I like this part." It was good. The only person.
You'll never really get feedback like that. I just want you to know.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. That's good to know then.
No, in 5 years of podcasting, I don't think I've ever gotten any like.
They only tell you if you suck.
Yes.
They only tell me they suck.
Positive crit. No.
I don't know any of this because I've never done it. So
it reminds me of an old lyric, and no one ever gives you flowers while you can still smell them.
And that's what my grandma used to say. You guys can give me more flowers when I'm dead. I'm like, God
wow,
damn it, Grandma.
that's dark.
Yeah.
I mean, but Hispanic grandmas give you that harsh truth, man.
That's dark, man.
She had a point. I'll get you flowers before you die.
No, don't worry. But no, it's like, you won't get the positivity, but just being there, and just showing up every week and doing the show.
Yeah.
That's the important thing.
That's the thing.
Mm-hmm. I kept telling my wife, I was like, that's why, I can't miss a week. Because if I miss a week, it becomes I miss a month. And then I miss a month. And I miss 3 months. And then it's like, oh, I haven't done the show in 4 months.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we're doing.
It's a muscle. You have to keep exercising it over and over.
I'm glad we got you workout today.
Yeah. Thank you. I've been out of shape.
Yeah. Round's a shape.
Round is a shape.
Damn. He just has the freaking zingers today, man.
Hey, it's his show. Hey, I'm a fan of professional wrestling. I know when I'm supposed to put the star over, okay? Exactly. This is your show.
That's funny. That's good stuff. I mean, thank you very much for doing this, by the way, Dre.
Of course. Hey, anything for you guys.
Yeah, you made me think about a couple of things, and that's good. That's always good, right?
I am terribly introspective, especially the later I get in my age. I'm getting much more introspective.
I'm glad you're getting that old man wisdom.
It had to show up at some point.
Yeah, it's cool.
I was a shithead in my 20s. You can go back and listen to that episode of ComiCentric. You can hear all about that.
And up to his 30s, but
Up to my 30s, 20s, 30s, anyway.
Yeah.
Thankfully, my 40s now. I'm a much nicer person.
Yeah, thankfully.
Thankfully for everyone, yes.
I got my quarterback, so that's all I care about.
You got your 25 cents back. In that episode.
Yeah.
No.
All right, so any last words? Now that I've made you very emotional about this.
No.
Now that I've Mark Maroned you, well, right here, I WTF'd you and I pulled the emotion out of your heart.
Delicious.
Delicious.
Yeah, now what?
now. You guys gonna keep this going, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, you tell me you want to quit every week.
Every time.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, after all this, we talked about how this is the heartbeat for the community.
Yeah, maybe.
You get the mayor of comics for Los Angeles with you here every week, and you're like, I still want to quit.
No, yeah, we're gonna continue. We're gonna look for more. Maybe not do this live thing. Maybe a little more, but not record because it seems like be a viable thing. Maybe maybe not with a studio audience because you guys do make me nervous. I'm not, but we'll definitely have Pizza Saints back.
They were good.
So yeah, that's just more.
Yeah,
just more. Just doing more.
How do you feel, Pete?
How do I feel? I'm exhausted.
You feel exhausted.
Exhausted.
You're the owner of a comic book store. People don't understand how exhausting that is.
Yeah.
Just a stress level.
It's like you can have children or you can have a comic shop. Take your pick.
Can't both.
No, you want it?
No, I don't want both. No,
I don't recommend doing both.
Yeah.
I can barely handle the one child I
That's
have.
what I'm saying. You can barely handle the store. So.
You can barely handle the one store.
Yeah,
Look at this beard. He used to have a nice black beard.
Yeah.
He's younger than me.
Yeah.
That's just genetics, man. My dad was gray at like 20 and shit, so like that's just genetics.
Sometimes you just have to let the joke land.
No, true.
Shut up.
See, that was me saying it the nice way. This is nice, Dre.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about
it? It's been good, man. Like I'll tell you, like I'll be honest. Like when Cruz first asked me to do this, I thought, oh, this is weird for Cruz, right? So I was like,
out of his comfort zone.
Yeah. I go like, I need to see this. I need to like, right? And originally it was just I was gonna help him out, and then it became like, oh no, every week here, and it just became a thing,
Yeah.
And it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's been fun.
I mean, if I do it by myself, I'd be like, so what are you doing? Oh, nothing. What about
I don't recommend solo podcasting.
What the hell is that about? I've never seen anyone do a solo podcast. It's always someone.
That's what I've basically been doing the last couple of years.
Just looking straight into the camera and saying you in the video. Hi there.
The only thing that saves me is occasionally when there's like people watching on Facebook and commenting, and that's what saves me sometimes.
Well, someone commented on
there's been some weird comments. There's one I don't know if you guys wanted me to handle that one for you guys.
Do it.
You want me to handle it?
The wokeness?
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
You guys want me to handle it?
There's a woke what?
No.
All right. Whoever put up that little wokeness thing.
Shanks.
If you haven't noticed that comics have always been woke since like the beginning. X-Men has been woke since the start. Captain America has been woke since he punched the Nazi in the very first issue you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Black Panther, Fantastic Four has been woke since the beginning. All this stuff. It really frustrates me, honestly, that nerds don't realize. You're siding with the Empire in Star Wars, right? Mm-hmm. You get this? Do you not understand when you watch Star Wars that's what George Lucas was doing? Do you not get it? All this shit has been woke. You've just been given this buzzword by these right-wing psychopaths to go attack things that you're not comfortable with. The comic book medium, the nerd medium, has always been woke. You just didn't notice it. It went over your head for some reason. That all this stuff is about the people who have been oppressed.
I mean, with the Superman, it's an immigrant story.
Immigrant story, yeah.
Written by two Jews!
Yeah. Oppression at its finest, right?
That's where I lose my mind. That's why I'm glad I don't work in a store anymore, because I would lose my shit every day.
What they were commenting on. Like what did we say that, or what?
I don't know.
Yeah,
do you think woke? No, they asked, do you think wokeness is ruining comics?
Oh.
And it's like, no, it's always been there.
Okay, I got you.
It has always been there. It's always existed.
Right.
I'm sorry if this is too much truth for you to handle. If you can't handle this, I'm sorry. This is why people have always thought I was evil, because I always tell the truth. My wife loves and hates the fact that I can't help but tell the truth. I am a terrible liar. I will tell you exactly what I'm thinking, which is why I was a great and terrible comic book clerk.
Yes.
And I was a great and terrible Nintendo rep as well.
Yes.
That's why I'm going to be behind a computer at a video game warehouse now.
It's funny. I told this story to someone the other day, and it just reminded me. I was working at a warehouse when I was in high school. And I remember I had these time offs. I would go on the computer, look up comic stuff. And I found this run of Green Goblin books that I'd never heard of. I'm like, this sounds kind of cool. I called the store. You answered. and I asked you if you guys had them. You're like, we have a whole run. Cool, I'm gonna pick it up after I get out of work. I go pick it up, I pay for it, and you tell me somebody finally took that crap.
Guilty. Guilty. Like, I can't deny that. Guilty as charged. 20-something-year-old me was a monster. Yeah. I just sat at that store playing PlayStation 1 all day, and anytime someone interrupted me, I'm like, oh, come on, man, I'm about to beat this boss in Final Fantasy 8. Come on, leave me alone. I'm like, wait, I'm supposed to serve you?
Yeah. Or if someone was playing a video game and you had to leave, you just turned that shit off.
I just turned that shit off.
Get the fuck out. And I was like, all right, fine.
Yeah, when we had the arcade games at Silver Age Galaxy.
Yeah. I remember
Golden Age was the word.
I forgot why I told someone that story the other day, and I was just like, it's just stuck in my head right now.
No, it's a fact. Yeah. I was a monster. I can't help it. Right. We're all shitty when we're young.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no. No. All right, that's it. Okay,
we're good.
This is your show.
All right, no.
You land this plane.
We're running out of reel here.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Land this bird.
All right, you guys ready? One more last one? Yeah. Lisa, you ready or no more? All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you very much. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good night, and Pizza Saints, you guys are up next.